Have you ever been in a situation where you felt overwhelmed by someone else's words or actions, and you just didn't know how to respond? Or maybe you found yourself in the middle of an argument, rumor, or unfair criticism, and all you wanted to do was defend yourself, explain, or even fight back? We've all been there. These moments can leave us feeling frustrated, misunderstood, or even angry. But what if I told you that sometimes the most powerful response you can give is no response at all? In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with noise, opinions, and negativity. It's easy to feel pressured to react, to speak up, or to defend ourselves in every situation. But the ancient Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, understood that silence can often be a far more powerful tool. They knew that there are moments when choosing silence over words demonstrates inner strength, wisdom, and control. In this video, we're going to explore 9 situations where staying silent isn't just a sign of weakness or passivity. It's an act of immense power and resilience. By learning to master the art of silence, you'll discover how to navigate life's challenges with grace, maintain your inner peace, and stand tall even in the face of adversity. So, if you've ever felt trapped by your emotions or overwhelmed by the chaos around you, stay with us as we delve into these timeless Stoic lessons that will teach you when and why silence can be your greatest weapon. Number 1. When being criticized unfairly. When you face unfair criticism, it can be incredibly frustrating. Most people feel an immediate urge to defend themselves when someone wrongly accuses them or tries to put them down. However, Marcus Aurelius's philosophy teaches that silence is often the best response in such situations. By choosing to stay silent, you're showing that you don't feel the need to justify yourself to others. This action demonstrates confidence and self-assurance, which are much more powerful than any defensive words you might say in the heat of the moment. Let's break this down with a practical example. Suppose you've been working hard on a project at your job, putting in extra hours and giving it your best effort. Despite this, your manager criticizes you publicly, saying that you didn't contribute enough or that your work isn't up to standard. The natural reaction might be to immediately argue back, to list all the hours you've spent, and to defend the quality of your work. However, by choosing silence, you resist that knee-jerk reaction. Instead of arguing, you listen, you stay calm, and you let the criticism pass. This silence does several important things. First, it shows that you're not rattled by someone else's opinion. You know your worth and the effort you've put in, and you don't need to seek validation from anyone else. Second, silence prevents you from escalating the situation. When emotions are high, saying something in defense might turn into a heated argument, which could harm your reputation or relationships at work. By staying quiet, you keep the situation under control and avoid unnecessary conflict. Silence in the face of unfair criticism also gives you time to think. Instead of reacting based on emotion, you have the space to reflect on what was said. Maybe there's a tiny bit of truth in the criticism, something you can learn from, even if the delivery was harsh or unfair. Or perhaps you'll realize that the criticism is entirely baseless, and in that case, your silence has allowed you to rise above the negativity without getting dragged down by it. Moreover, silence can be a powerful way to make others reflect on their actions. When you don't react to unfair criticism, the person criticizing you might start to reconsider their own behavior. They may even question whether their criticism was justified. For example, if a colleague constantly points out your mistakes in front of others, and you respond with calm silence, it forces them to think about why they're doing it. Are they trying to provoke you? Are they insecure themselves? Your silence can make them confront their motivations, which often leads them to back down or rethink their approach. Silence also allows others to form their own opinions about you, rather than just hearing your defensive explanations. If you're silent when criticized unfairly, those who know your true character will likely recognize the unfairness of the criticism. They might respect you even more for not letting the negativity affect you. This approach strengthens your reputation as someone who is calm under pressure and not easily rattled by negativity. Another key aspect of responding with silence is that it gives you control over your emotions. When someone criticizes you unfairly, it's easy to feel angry, upset, or hurt. But when you choose not to respond, you're actively taking charge of your emotional state. You're deciding that you won't let someone else's words dictate how you feel. This is a fundamental aspect of Stoicism, focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. In social situations, this approach is just as effective. Imagine a friend or family member makes an unfair comment about you in front of others. Perhaps they make a joke at your expense, suggesting you're lazy or unmotivated when you know how hard you've been working. Instead of reacting defensively or snapping back, staying silent shows that you're secure in who you are. Over time, others will notice that you don't let petty comments get to you, and they'll respect you for it. Lastly, remaining silent in the face of unfair criticism can serve as a lesson to others. It teaches those around you the power of restraint and the value of not reacting to every slight or insult. It shows that you understand your worth and that you don't need to lower yourself to the level of petty arguments or unnecessary drama. In summary, when you encounter unfair criticism, silence is a tool that demonstrates strength, confidence, and emotional intelligence. It allows you to maintain your dignity, avoid unnecessary conflict, and even make others rethink their actions. You're not giving in to the need to defend yourself at every turn, and that's a true display of inner power. By practicing Stoic silence in these moments, you gain control over your emotions, protect your peace of mind, and show that you're above the negativity. Number 2. Stoic silence in the middle of boasts. It's common to encounter people who boast about their achievements, wealth, or status. In such situations, it's easy to feel the urge to either match their bragging or to cut them down with a witty remark. However, Marcus Aurelius's Stoic philosophy teaches that the best response is often silence. When someone is busy boasting, your silence becomes a reflection of your confidence and humility. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone, and you don't need to engage in a contest of who has achieved more. For example, imagine you're at a social gathering, and a friend is going on and on about their latest promotion, the expensive car they bought, or the exotic vacations they've taken. While others might be drawn into the conversation, either to congratulate or to share their own experiences, you choose to remain silent. This silence isn't about being passive, it's a deliberate choice. By not engaging in the boasting, you're showing that your value doesn't come from external achievements. You don't feel the need to measure your life by the same yardstick as others. One of the most powerful aspects of this silence is that it protects you from getting caught up in the comparison game. When you listen to others boast without feeling the need to respond, you free yourself from the pressure of constantly proving your worth. You begin to realize that your value doesn't depend on material possessions, accolades, or the opinions of others. Instead, it comes from your inner character, your principles, and your integrity. Silence in the face of boasting also sends a strong message to others. It shows that you are not easily impressed by superficial displays of success and that you find more value in depth and authenticity. Over time, people will recognize this about you. They'll start to see you as someone who is grounded, someone who isn't swayed by the fleeting nature of external achievements. This perception often leads to greater respect, because it's rare to find individuals who are comfortable enough in their own skin to not need constant validation. Moreover, silence can make the boaster question their own behavior. When someone is met with silence instead of admiration or envy, they might start to wonder why they feel the need to brag in the first place. This can lead to a deeper reflection on their part and might even cause them to reconsider their approach to sharing their achievements. Another benefit of staying silent in such situations is that it keeps your emotions in check. Boasting often triggers envy or feelings of inadequacy in others, but when you remain silent, you're not allowing those emotions to take root. You're maintaining control over how you react, which is a fundamental aspect of Stoicism. Instead of letting someone else's words dictate your feelings, you choose to stay calm and grounded. Lastly, silence offers you a chance to genuinely listen and understand others. When someone is boasting, they might be masking insecurities, trying to feel validated, or seeking attention. By staying silent, You allow yourself to see beyond their words and recognize what they might truly be feeling. This understanding can foster empathy and compassion, which are qualities that not only align with Stoic values, but also enrich your relationships with others. In essence, practicing Stoic silence in the face of boasting demonstrates that you are confident, secure, and uninterested in shallow comparisons. It allows you to stay true to yourself, to avoid the trap of envy, and to maintain a sense of inner peace. By choosing silence, you're affirming that your worth isn't tied to material achievements, and that's a powerful statement in itself. Number 3. When dealing with anger. Anger is a natural emotion, but it's often one of the most destructive if not managed properly. When you're confronted with anger, either your own or someone else's, remaining silent can be a powerful tool. It's easy to lash out when you're angry, saying things you don't mean or making decisions you'll later regret. Silence gives you a moment to pause, reflect, and regain control. Imagine a situation where a friend or colleague speaks to you harshly, accusing you of something unfairly. Your immediate reaction might be to retaliate, to defend yourself, or to match their anger with your own. However, by choosing to remain silent, you avoid escalating the conflict. Your silence communicates that you're not willing to be drawn into an emotional battle. It gives the other person space to calm down, and it often diffuses the tension in the situation. Silence also allows you to process your own emotions. Anger can cloud judgment, making it difficult to see things clearly. When you stay silent, you give yourself time to understand why you're feeling angry, whether it's justified, and how you want to respond. This approach prevents you from acting impulsively and helps you respond in a way that aligns with your values and principles. Furthermore, silence in the face of anger shows strength. It demonstrates that you are not controlled by your emotions and that you have the self-discipline to remain composed, even in difficult situations. This level of self-control is not only impressive to others, but also reinforces your own sense of inner power. Additionally, when you remain silent, it often causes the other person to reflect on their behavior. They may start to question why they're so angry, or why they're directing their frustration toward you. Your silence can act as a mirror, prompting them to confront their own emotions rather than projecting them onto you. By choosing silence, you also set a boundary. You're signaling that you won't participate in negative exchanges and that you value peace and harmony over conflict. This approach not only protects your mental and emotional well-being, but also fosters a more respectful and understanding environment. In summary, dealing with anger through silence allows you to maintain control, avoid unnecessary conflict, and demonstrate emotional resilience. It's a powerful reminder that you have the ability to choose how you respond, even when faced with intense emotions. Number 4. Silence amidst unfounded rumors. Unfounded rumors can be incredibly damaging, especially when they're about you or someone close to you. They often arise from envy, misunderstandings, or a desire to tarnish someone's reputation. It's natural to feel the urge to react or defend yourself when such rumors spread, but Marcus Aurelius and Stoic philosophy teach us that silence is often the best response. The first reason to remain silent amidst rumors is that reacting often gives them more credibility and attention. Rumors thrive on drama and engagement, and by reacting, whether with anger, denial, or attempts to clarify, you might inadvertently add fuel to the fire. This attention can make the rumor seem more valid or important than it actually is. When you choose silence, you deny the rumor the attention it craves, allowing it to fade away on its own. For example, consider a situation where a false rumor is circulating at work, suggesting that you're planning to leave the company. Many might be tempted to confront the people spreading the rumor or to make a public statement denying it. However, by staying silent, you demonstrate that the rumor is not worth your time or energy, signaling to others that it lacks substance. In time, as you continue your work without any changes, people will realize the rumor was baseless, and it will naturally dissipate. Silence also protects your emotional well-being. Engaging with every false story or rumor can be exhausting and stressful. By choosing not to respond, you conserve your energy for things that truly matter, instead of getting entangled in petty disputes. This act of prioritizing your peace of mind is a core Stoic principle, focusing only on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. Furthermore, silence in the face of rumors can actually serve to protect your reputation. People who spread rumors often seek a reaction. They want to provoke or upset you. When you respond with silence, you show that you are unshaken and confident in who you are. This unflappable attitude often earns you more respect from those around you, as they see that you're not easily swayed by gossip or the opinions of others. Another reason why silence is effective is that it often exposes the pettiness of the people spreading the rumors. When you don't engage, others begin to question the credibility of the rumor and the motives of those who are spreading it. They start to see that the person gossiping is the one who is trying to stir up unnecessary drama, while you remain calm, composed, and above it all. For instance, if someone at your school or workplace spreads a rumor about your personal life, and you choose not to react, you're giving them no material to work with. Over time, they'll run out of things to say, and the rumor will lose its momentum. Meanwhile, your silence communicates that you are secure in who you are, and that you don't feel the need to defend yourself against baseless claims. Additionally, remaining silent allows you to focus on your actions, which speak louder than words. As time passes, people will judge you by what they see you do, not by what they've heard. When your actions contradict the rumors, people will naturally begin to question the validity of the gossip and recognize your true character. This process often takes time, but it's far more effective and enduring than any verbal defense. For example, if there's a rumor that you're unreliable or untrustworthy, consistently showing up, delivering quality work, and treating others with respect will eventually disprove the false narrative. Your actions will prove that you are reliable and trustworthy, making the rumor appear ridiculous in hindsight. In conclusion, silence amidst unfounded rumors is a demonstration of strength, wisdom, and confidence. It shows that you are not defined by the words of others and that you have faith in your own truth. By refusing to engage, you maintain your dignity, protect your peace, and allow the rumor to die a natural death, stripped of the power you might have unintentionally given it through a reaction. Number 5. How to deal with loss. Loss is an inevitable part of life, whether it's losing a loved one, a job, a relationship, or even a cherished possession. In such moments, the instinct is often to express our grief, to vent our pain, or to seek comfort from others. However, Marcus Aurelius and Stoic philosophy suggest that silence can be a powerful tool in processing loss. When we experience loss, silence provides us with the space to reflect and come to terms with our feelings. It's not about suppressing emotions, but about allowing ourselves to feel them fully without distraction. This quiet reflection helps us understand the nature of our loss, the reasons behind our attachment, and the lessons that can be learned from the experience. Consider someone who has just lost their job. The initial reaction might be to call friends and family, expressing frustration, fear, or even anger. But what if instead they chose to sit in silence for a while? This silence would give them a chance to process what happened, to understand that their job doesn't define their worth, and to begin thinking about the next steps with a clearer mind. By not reacting impulsively, they're better able to assess their situation and respond in a way that aligns with their values and long-term goals. Silence also allows us to gain perspective on our loss. When we're constantly talking about our pain or seeking validation from others, we can become stuck in a cycle of negative emotions. By choosing to be silent, we break that cycle, giving ourselves the opportunity to see the bigger picture. We start to realize that loss, no matter how painful, is a part of life's natural ebb and flow. This understanding helps us develop resilience and acceptance, two qualities that are essential for overcoming adversity. Additionally, silence enables us to listen to our inner voice. In the midst of loss, there's often an internal dialogue that we need to confront. Questions about our identity, our purpose, and our future. By remaining silent, we create the mental space needed to engage with these deeper questions. This self-reflection can lead to profound insights and personal growth, allowing us to emerge from the experience stronger and more self-aware. One real-life example of this is when people lose someone they deeply love. The immediate impulse is to express their grief, but many find that after the initial shock, sitting in silence, perhaps looking at old photographs or being in a place that holds memories, helps them come to terms with the reality of their loss. In that silence, they often find a sense of peace, acceptance, and even gratitude for the time they shared with the person. Silence doesn't mean that we ignore our pain or pretend that everything is okay. It means that we're giving ourselves the gift of time to process, to reflect, and to heal. It's an act of self-compassion, allowing us to feel the full depth of our emotions without judgment or distraction. Another aspect of using silence to deal with loss is that it allows us to maintain our dignity and composure. When we react impulsively to loss, we often say or do things that we later regret. But by staying silent, we're able to navigate our emotions with grace and poise, which not only helps us but also sets a positive example for others who may be struggling with their own losses. In summary, dealing with loss through silence is not about avoiding pain, but about embracing it in a way that promotes healing and growth. It's about finding the strength to sit with our emotions, to reflect on our experiences, and to emerge from the darkness with a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Number 6. Navigating ignorance with Stoic grace. Ignorance is a common trait we encounter in our daily interactions, whether it's someone making uninformed comments, displaying prejudice, or simply refusing to see things from a different perspective. The immediate reaction might be to correct them, to argue, or to prove them wrong. However, Marcus Aurelius's teachings emphasize that sometimes the most powerful response is silence. When you encounter ignorance, remaining silent is a way of demonstrating that you are not willing to lower yourself to the same level. Engaging with ignorance often leads to frustration, misunderstandings, and unnecessary conflict. By choosing silence, you're indicating that you refuse to be drawn into a fruitless debate, and that you value your peace of mind more than winning an argument. For example, consider a situation where a colleague makes an offensive or prejudiced remark. Your first impulse might be to call them out or to educate them on why they're wrong. But instead, you choose to remain silent. This silence can be powerful because it sends a message that their words are not worth your energy. It shows that you are secure in your own beliefs and that you don't need to validate them by engaging with ignorance. Additionally, silence gives you the opportunity to observe and understand the root of the other person's ignorance. Often, ignorance stems from fear, insecurity, or a lack of exposure to different perspectives. By staying silent, you allow yourself to see the situation more clearly, which can lead to a greater sense of empathy and compassion. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, you're able to respond with understanding, which is a far more effective way of addressing ignorance in the long run. Another important aspect of silence in the face of ignorance is that it preserves your own energy and mental well-being. Engaging with ignorance can be emotionally draining, especially when it feels like you're making no progress. By choosing silence, you're protecting yourself from this negativity and maintaining your inner peace. This act of self-preservation is a key element of Stoicism, as it allows you to focus on what truly matters and not be swayed by external distractions. Furthermore, silence can often be a more effective teacher than words. When someone is met with silence instead of the expected argument, they're forced to confront their own beliefs and assumptions. This moment of reflection can sometimes be the catalyst for change, as it encourages them to question their own ignorance without feeling attacked or judged. In essence, navigating ignorance with Stoic silence is about choosing your battles wisely. It's about recognizing that not every situation requires your input and that sometimes the most powerful statement is to say nothing at all. By doing so, you maintain your dignity, protect your peace, and create an environment where true understanding and growth can occur. By embracing silence, you demonstrate a deep sense of confidence, self-control, and wisdom. It's a reminder that your worth is not determined by how loudly you can argue, but by how gracefully you can rise above the noise of ignorance. This approach not only aligns with Stoic principles, but also sets a powerful example for others, showing that true strength often lies in the ability to remain silent in the face of ignorance. Number 7. How to deal with rumors. Rumors are a reality we all encounter at some point in our lives. They can be hurtful, misleading, and damaging, especially when they're about us or those we care about. Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism offer a powerful approach: meet rumors with silence. This strategy allows us to navigate these situations with dignity, resilience, and inner strength. The first reason silence is effective against rumors is that it prevents us from feeding into the drama. Rumors thrive on attention. When we react, defend ourselves, or attempt to set the record straight, we often end up giving the rumor more power and visibility. Instead, by choosing silence, we refuse to fuel the fire, allowing the rumor to fade away on its own. It's an act of defiance that communicates, "I won't dignify this with a response." This approach disarms the people spreading the rumor, as they are deprived of the reaction they're hoping for. For example, imagine you've heard that a colleague is spreading false information about your work ethic. Your instinct might be to confront them or try to clear your name. However, by remaining silent, you convey that the rumor doesn't bother you, and that you're confident in who you are and the quality of your work. This silent stance often leads others to question the validity of the rumor, as they see that you're unshaken and unbothered by the gossip. Another aspect of silence when dealing with rumors is that it protects your mental peace. Rumors can be emotionally draining, especially if they're persistent or malicious. By choosing not to engage, you conserve your energy and focus on what truly matters. This act of self-preservation is a core tenet of Stoic philosophy, which teaches us to control our reactions and not be swayed by external forces. Furthermore, silence demonstrates a level of maturity and self-assuredness that is often lacking in those who spread rumors. When others see that you're not affected by the gossip, it sends a powerful message that you are above such trivialities. This response often earns you more respect than any verbal defense ever could. People are drawn to individuals who don't let petty talk affect them, as it shows strength of character and emotional intelligence. Moreover, silence allows the truth to reveal itself in time. Marcus Aurelius believed that the truth is like a lion: set it free, and it will defend itself. When you choose silence, you're allowing the truth to surface naturally. Often those who spread rumors are eventually exposed as untrustworthy, and their words lose credibility. By not reacting, you give the rumor a chance to die a natural death, while maintaining your integrity and reputation. A real-life example can be seen in the way many public figures handle rumors. While some feel compelled to address every piece of gossip, others remain silent, allowing their actions and achievements to speak for themselves. Over time, the public forgets the rumor and remembers the accomplishments instead. This approach not only preserves their dignity, but also reinforces the idea that the opinions of others do not define their worth. In conclusion, dealing with rumors through silence is a strategy that requires immense strength and self-control. It's about understanding that your truth is not dependent on the opinions of others, and that engaging with rumors only gives them more power. By choosing silence, you maintain your peace, protect your reputation, and demonstrate a level of wisdom that transcends the pettiness of gossip. Number 8. When confronted with injustice. Facing injustice can be one of the most challenging situations to remain silent in. Our natural inclination is to speak out, to defend ourselves, or to fight against the unfairness. However, Stoic philosophy teaches that there are times when silence can be the most powerful response to injustice. When confronted with injustice, silence is not about passively accepting the wrong done to us. Rather, it's about taking a step back to assess the situation before reacting. This pause allows us to respond with intention and wisdom, rather than being driven by anger or impulsiveness. By choosing silence in the face of injustice, we maintain control over our emotions, ensuring that our actions align with our values and principles. For example, imagine you're unfairly blamed for a mistake at work. Your initial reaction might be to argue, defend yourself, or point fingers. However, by taking a moment of silence, you give yourself the opportunity to reflect on the situation. You might realize that reacting impulsively could damage your reputation or relationships with colleagues. Instead, you choose to calmly present the facts later, allowing the truth to speak for itself. Silence in the face of injustice can also serve as a form of silent protest. It communicates that you are not willing to engage in a system or situation that is fundamentally unfair. This silent resistance can be incredibly powerful, as it forces others to confront their actions without the distraction of arguments or defensiveness. Additionally, silence provides the space to gather strength and clarity. When we react immediately to injustice, we often do so from a place of anger or frustration. But by remaining silent, we give ourselves the chance to collect our thoughts, to plan our next steps, and to ensure that our response is both measured and effective. This approach aligns with the Stoic belief in acting with purpose and intention, rather than being controlled by external circumstances. Another aspect of silence in the face of injustice is that it can disarm those who perpetrate the injustice. People who act unjustly often expect a reaction, and when they don't get it, they are forced to confront their own actions. This unexpected silence can be more unsettling and thought-provoking than any verbal response. A real-world example of this can be seen in the nonviolent resistance movements led by figures like Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. Their use of silence and nonviolence in the face of injustice was a powerful form of protest that ultimately led to significant social change. By refusing to respond with aggression, they demonstrated that silence can be a weapon of immense strength and courage. In essence, when faced with injustice, silence allows us to respond with dignity, grace, and wisdom. It gives us the power to choose our battles, to protect our inner peace, and to stand up for what is right in a way that aligns with our values. Number 9. How to handle insults with Stoic wisdom. Insults are an inevitable part of life. Whether they come from strangers, colleagues, or even loved ones, they have the power to hurt, provoke, or cause us to doubt ourselves. However, Marcus Aurelius Stoicism teaches that silence is one of the most effective ways to handle insults. When we respond to insults with silence, we show that we are not defined by others' opinions. This silence communicates that their words have no power over us, that we are secure in our identity, and that we refuse to be dragged into negativity. It's a way of saying, "Your words don't affect me," without actually saying anything at all. Consider a scenario where someone criticizes your work in a harsh, unconstructive manner. Instead of firing back or defending yourself, you choose to remain silent. This silence allows the other person's words to echo back at them, often making them realize the harshness or pettiness of their comment. Over time, people who insult others learn that their words lose power when met with silence, making them less likely to target you in the future. Silence also provides us with the opportunity to reflect on the insult. Is there any truth to it? Is it worth addressing? Or is it simply a reflection of the other person's insecurities or frustrations? By not reacting immediately, we gain clarity and can choose to respond in a way that is thoughtful and measured, if at all. Another benefit of handling insults with silence is that it prevents escalation. Responding to an insult often leads to a back-and-forth exchange, which can quickly spiral into a heated argument. But when we choose silence, we stop the cycle, maintaining our peace and avoiding unnecessary conflict. In conclusion, handling insults with Stoic silence is about rising above the pettiness of others, preserving our dignity, and staying true to ourselves. It's a reminder that our worth is not determined by the words of others, but by how we choose to respond to them.